Hey guys, so welcome to my part 4 web designing. So here just look at that layout. Now we need to design this particular home page. So what I'm going to do, we need this particular left side image. So I'm just exporting this image into my local, and I will just grab that into our new folder called image. So right now we don't have that folder. I will create it. So images, inside that I will just copy paste this, and yeah, it looks good now. So what I will do, I will go to the home section page now. So from there only I need to create and I need to import that image. So this is the place. So what I will do, I will import the image location. So it is public and images and home info png. So I will have name like home info. Once it is done, I need to create the layout first. So what I have to do, I will go to this particular flex thing, and first we need to divide it by 50% like that. So what I will do, I will right now make this as a flex box. So this is flex, and this should have a full width, and this one should be having a width 1 by 2, which means it is 50%. So we should have a 50% space left side and right side also. So in the second portion only we are importing a image. So there we are just mapping that image. Once it is done, right, we can able to get the proper view. So this particular thing should be in the flex row only, then only we can able to see the row kind of structure. So this looks good now. So this is what we wanted, but still we this, if you see this image, this is bit more smaller than whatever we have shown in our website. So what I will do, I will try to reduce this size and see how it reflects. So for that, what I have to do, I need to check this parameter for the width. So okay, so this particular width is not good, even though I add padding. So what I have to do, I will try different width parameters. So mostly here 40 to 50, 60 percentage like that, or 41 and 59 percentage, those combinations are available. So we can try either one of them, but only when we apply, right, then only we can able to understand and identify whether it looks exactly good or not. So we will try few things now. So now this style thing we needed, but now I will remove this, because only when we have the margin for the image, right, then only we can able to identify what exactly it is. So I will go to the margin. I'm going to the margin. The reason is the image content whatever is being displayed on the right corner, right, that should go bit more up as per the design, but now it is displaying as a separate component under the header. So we need to go bit more up. So for that we need to reduce the margin. So here we can have the custom margin. So whenever we want to reduce, right, we can use a hyphen minus before that particular empty. So 12 will be good here. So this one looks good, and this is not breaking, but whatever the header component which is we are having, that is displayed backside of the image. So that one we need to bring it to front. For that we need to use some display and positions and is index. There are many things, so we will try one by one. So from display content we should be able to get is it index parameter. So let's search for that. If it is not available here, then we can directly go and use actually two things we need to use. One is it index, which will bring the element to the front, and there are many parameters are there for is it index, 10, 20, 30 like that. We can, that is actually more customizable. So whenever we are using that, right, that component should be like absolute. So then only we can able to see the changes, like it is kind of a layer and a top of the layer. So it won't keep on increasing when the is index is 1, and when you are having one more component using absolute, and you are having one more component top of that, when you use 2 z index 2, and again one more component that z index is 3, then what will happen, right? It is like some kind of cake we are having one by one top of that. So what is the latest index, that one only will be displayed, and it is a more priority. Okay, so now this we have made this particular thing, and to display this completely we need to use a full width. So w hyphen full, if you see this particular component came front when we are using the absolute. So this is what we wanted. So this is done now, and I'm adding bit more space for the particular element inside the left to see how exactly it looks. And this particular hovering having yellow color, this one we have added before this implementation, but whenever we are having the background image as a yellow, and the hover also yellow, it won't good. So that is the reason I'm changing this to text to white whenever we are hovering on the menu navigation. Okay, so again, if you see this particular layout, even though we have some kind of combinations of width spacing like 40 and 60, that is not so much satisfied. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use again 50 to 50 percentage, so that will be like a more better combination. So before that I will try one of them. There is one more thing is there, like 41 percentage on the right side, and 58 percentage on the left side, as per the documentation from Tailwindcss. So to use that parameter we need to follow these things. See, even though I apply this is the image is getting very very smaller, but we don't want that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 1 by 2 1 by 2, so which will do 50 percentage 50 percentage. In that case we will get a proper view. So if you see this looks good now. So there are other parts that we need to work on. So here we are having like the UX designer content, and what actually the person is doing, who is he, and the basic introduction of him, and the works and the LinkedIn profile of the particular portfolio person. So those things we need to customize now. So we will just follow what are the steps and what are the designs we are having. If you see, UX designer having yellow color, and it is font semi bold, and that is yellow color. So text hyphen yellow, and we can use 500, so that will be a more good color. So if you see this, we got our actual result, but this is smaller case, that is uppercase. So we can delete the entire text, but we have another option called uppercase text transform in Tailwind CSS. So that one we can directly use that. Okay, so but before that, what we are having in the design, whatever we are having, right, that is entirely coming on the center, and inside that whatever the element we are having, like one by one, everything aligned on the left side. Okay, so now whatever element we are going to add one by one, those things will be automatically allocated on the left side. So this one will automatically solve our requirement. Okay, so now if you see, I'm just adding uppercase, so this one will look good. But if you see, the font is still different, we will change at the end, like what we wanted. So now I need to have the big text, so that is a text hyphen 3xl and a font bold. So this is enough. So I have added this. Okay, let's see. Okay, but the font is, which we need to have it more bigger than what we expect. So 4xl we are keeping. So let's see how it looks on the website, and it should be we can have font rob, so that font we need to apply here, then only we can exactly get the same design. Okay, this is good, but the font size should be more bigger. So what I will do, I will increase it now to see the difference, and for the same text, the line height also is very less, so that is also we need to reframe that. So that one we will do it now. And there is one more line height CSS parameters available on the Tailwind CSS. So what I will do, we will search for that, and we will apply this particular leading hyphen those things. So this is the maximum value of this is actually leading hyphen 12. That is the maximum value. If we want more than that, we can customize. So there is the Tailwindcss is right. It's really very fantastic. So we can easily able to customize those things. If you see, there's a customization they have given in like in JavaScript we use like array kind of parameter, right? The same thing we are going to use here. So it will automatically fulfill our need. So I'm going to have 5rem, so this is looks good. So this is what we wanted, and the same size as actually mentioned in the Figma design also. Okay, and we need to have another development for the intro kind of section, so that whatever text we are having in the Figma design, right, that we will just copy paste it here, and that is not that much complex thing. So what we need to have the color, right? Whatever the color is used for the text, it is actually yeah, light color, light black color. So in Tailwindcss we are having another color parameter called slate. So slate 900 or 800 will fulfill our need. So I'm using 400 right now, and font light is also will be good. So once this is done, we can see how exactly it looks. The font family I'm using right now, it is font iPhone ROM. So right now what we are doing, everywhere and each and every development we are manually giving in all the places to make it how it is actually displays, but that is not a correct way. What I will do, once this is done, right, uh, I will have a root element. So this particular font drop will be on the top, so this particular font will be applicable for everywhere. Okay, now we are going to design a button. So the button, actually we are having two buttons that should be we can make it in the row wise. So we are using a flex. So inside that we need to have a bg yellow, and that particular text is actually white color. So that one also we will take, and it should have a proper small radius only, that is enough. So I'm giving rounded md, and font bold, and font rob. So that is the font we are going to use, and text white also I need to, okay, this is text white is not required. The reason it is actually black color. Okay, I missed padding here, so I will add padding. Padding 2 or 3 will be enough, I think. Okay, but we need to have few more thing. If you see, vertical padding is lesser, and horizontal padding is higher. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a p y2 and px should be 3, and we can reduce bit more, and yeah, so yeah, this looks good. So what I'm, so once this is done, right, we need to design another one also. So this LinkedIn profile button, so I will do just copy paste the same thing again, and I will change the parameter only, the CSS parameter. So this is actually background white color, and border we will be having a slate color only, so that will be enough. And border width we can use 2 will be enough actually. If we use 4, right, it will be like more thicker, so that is we don't want it. But if you see, the color is actually same, border hyphen 4, and border slate 300 or 400 will be better. Let's see. Okay, this is so much darker, so I will, the reason is the font border is very higher, so I will try to reduce. Yeah, I think this looks good, and I need to have a margin left 3. Okay, now this is so cool. Now we have almost achieved the design exactly what we are having. So once this is done, right, we need to make this header and home section, these two components as a responsive. So that one we will work on. So whatever the thing that we are correcting here, this one looks very good. So what I will do, this font rob I will take into the top, and I will remove all of them, so that in that way it will be like more clear. So there are some extra spaces, I think, so that one also I will remove. Yeah, and 82, I'm just adjusting those spaces like to make it perfect, because if you see the content, it need more spaces from the top and bottom, and top of the buttons also we need few more space. 53. Yeah, I think this one looks good, and yeah, so this is good, and what we will do now is for the two buttons, right? Buttons like projects and LinkedIn, whenever we mouse over that, right, we don't see anything like any reflection, but that is not mentioned on the design. But what we will do, we will create our own hover style. So when we do that, right, it will look more good. So I will do it now. So I'm just checking any other stuff is missing. So all are looks good, and the header says still I'm not satisfied. So that is the reason I'm looking for change it on the left or right. So bit more thicker font normal will be better instead of font lighter. So that one, and even though after doing this we need to bring the text a bit more right side. So that one we will do it in the next section. So but mostly that was not required, this is enough. um, so now here what I will do, we need to have a hover effect on the buttons. So that one we will do. So whenever we mouse over right on the project, we are getting this thing. So it is better to add a summer border that should be on a slate color, kind of black color, so that would look more good. So I'm going to use um, this border thing, border and slate, and some 400 or 500 will be more better, I think. So that one I will do slate. It is like okay, now it is good. So project hovering is working very fine. Now the same kind of effect we need to give for LinkedIn. So whatever the basic layout is there for first button, the same thing uh, will be a hover effect for the next button. So the same thing I'm going to do. So whenever I mouse or right, that should be on the white color, and we don't want any border. So that one I will remove. So then it looks good.